taken place in the organization of RAB than of other organizations in Bangladesh. So please, I must request the international community that they must not voice the lobbyists of Jamaat Islam in the name of human rights problems. All right? Because you see how they are going to obstruct this. Government has the only center of gravity is the law enforcing agency. So there was terrorism after 19, and things were not there like this before, because those were criminals who were weighed off by the money, and they know that in future they have to face this, so they organize the terrorism. Now during this government, the terrorism is zero, almost zero. So to bring it in, so that the war crime tribunal or the trial is disturbed, they are now striking that center of gravity, the law enforcing agencies. If there we can, then the terrorism will again come out, and the trial system will be disturbed like before. So please, I request the world community to not voice the question of human rights by the lobbyists' wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I really think we're going to have to sort of just about end here. I was going to ask any of our opening speakers if they want to make a very brief response, and I want to make literally 30 seconds of closing remarks, but there's a gentleman here who's totally desperate, so okay.
He's the founder and member of
I understand that. I apologise for calling you. Please. Okay.
I want to speak in Bangla.
Can somebody translate? I can't.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Who will translate? We will translate. Thank you. But please be brief.
ধন্যবাদ আপনাদের মধ্যে এসে প্রথম কথা হচ্ছে যে আমরা এ পর্যন্ত যা শুনেছি সব কিন্তু বর্তমান সরকার কি করছে এবং আমরা কি এখান থেকে সহযোগিতা করতে পারি সেটা আমাদের জানার দরকার আছে। এখানে আমাদের সেক্রেটারি জেনারেল আছে, আমরা একটা থ্রো করছেন যে 1972 সনের কনস্টিটিউশন না থাকলে যে কনস্টিটিউশনে ইসলাম থাকবে, রাষ্ট্রধর্ম ইসলাম, আর সেই ইসলাম ধর্মাবলম্বীদেরকে যুদ্ধ অপরাধীদের বলে ট্রাইব্যুনাল করা যাবে কি না। কারণ যেখানে রাষ্ট্রধর্ম ইসলাম হলে পরবর্তীতে যারা আসবে তারা বলবে আমরাও তো ইসলামের জন্য যুদ্ধ করছি, তো তখন কিন্তু তার যুদ্ধ অপরাধীদের ট্রাইব্যুনালটা কিভাবে হবে? আমার মনে হয় যে এটা রশিদ সাহেব ভালো বলতে পারবেন, কারণ কনস্টিটিউশনে অলরেডি একটা জাজমেন্ট এসে গেছে যে 72 সনের কনস্টিটিউশনে ইসলাম, আমাদের রশিদ সাহেব বলে গেছেন যে হিউম্যানিটির কথা, ইসলামের কথা, রুল অফ ল এর কথা, প্রভিজনের কথা, জেনারেল অ্যামনেস্টির কথা। সেই সময় কিন্তু সংবিধানে ইসলামের কোনো কথা ছিল না, সেখানে কিন্তু 4টি নীতি ছিল। কিন্তু যখনই আমরা সরে আসবো, এখন আমরা যেটা শুনছি যে ইসলাম হবে যে রাষ্ট্রীয় ধর্ম, তখন এই পজিশনে আমরা কি করতে পারবো? আজকে যারা চুপ করে আছে, আজকে যেমন আমার পাশে যিনি বললেন যে এখানে এখন সন্ত্রাস নাই, সন্ত্রাস আজকে বাংলাদেশে চুপ হয়ে আছে, তারা শুধুমাত্র অপেক্ষা করছে যে রাষ্ট্রধর্ম ইসলাম কবে হবে, হলেই তারা তারপরে তাদের রোল তারা পার হয়ে যাবে এবং সমগ্র ইন্ডিয়া বাংলাদেশ। মাননীয় রশিদ সাহেবের কাছে জিজ্ঞেস করবো, কারণ উনি কিছুদিন আগে বাংলাদেশে বলে আসছেন, তার কারণে এটার জন্য আমরা এডুকেশন করবো সেক্টর কমান্ডার্স ফোরাম থেকে এবং সমস্ত মুক্তিযোদ্ধারা যারা আছে তাদের কাছেও আমার আবেদন, আমিও একজন মুক্তিযোদ্ধা, যে রাষ্ট্রধর্ম ইসলাম হতে পারে, ফলে আমরা এই যুদ্ধ অপরাধীদের বিচার করতে পারবো না। আপনারা লিখে লিখে
What he wanted to say, the teachings, as he said, past is past. What is happening in the present is regarding the issue of Islam, inclusion of Islam in the Constitution, is already the verdict given by the High Court, Supreme Court. So he said, if it is included, the question of those who are criminals, they may say we fought for the Islam, so why to try us? That's what he wanted to say, and he asked the sought for the reply from General Harun.
Okay.
This is the gist of it.
Thank you very much. General Harun, would you want to give a brief reply?
Thank you very much for giving me this time. I want to address 3 issues. The first one was fair trial. What is a fair trial? Killing Osama bin Laden, an unarmed man, is a fair trial. Killing Libyan leader Gaddafi's son and grandsons through a airstrike is a fair trial. Saddam Hussein's trial, the mockery of the trial, is a fair trial. So what is a fair trial? We have ensured that all the accused can have sufficient defense. Mind you, there's a gentleman who has pointed out, Bangladesh is the only country who have adopted this law in 1973, when nobody else thought of it, as a part of the constitution. And in that law, we have permitted appeal by the accused to the highest court of law. Till today, even till today, I am saying, all the international tribunals are giving verdict which has no appeal system. But Bangladesh is the only country who has given the appeal system. I deeply appreciate those who talk about the human rights. We want to uphold the human rights to the best of our ability. I have stated in my statement that the government of Bangladesh in exile gave an order that you will not take the reprisal measures because we will try them by court. Till today we are demanding that we will try them by court. But unfortunately, 40 years have passed. Those who are looking at the trial now are looking at through the eyes of 2011, as Nora said. But the crime has happened in 1971, when there was no Rome statute. There was only one statute. There's the kill, kill, kill. Rape, rape, rape. That's all. Now, one question comes. What happens to the victim's right? You have all for the defense of the accused. But what happens to the victim's right? I just want to take 1 minute to give one only example. Section Commanders Forum was traveling all across the country. We went to Chittagong. In one of the graves, there was about few hundred people got. I said Musgrave. A few hundred people got. There's one old lady, to our estimate 70 plus, with a big stick, came to the chairman, the Air Marshal Kondakar. She was trying to talk something. She was mumbling on her lips. There was a young fellow. We said, what is she trying to say? The story is, in the later part of April 1971, her only son and her husband was cut into 6 pieces. Why 6 pieces? Because they were the supporter of the 6 points. And buried into the yard of the house. And the blood that spilled out was thrown to her body. Who brought it? It's the local Bengalis who went to the army camp and brought them and identified that he is the fellow who is the 6 points. Now that lady survived for 40 years, only seeking justice for only son killing and the husband killing. But unfortunately she died, she could not see it. So don't you think we have some obligation to those victims who have given so much for the liberation of the country? Now we are asking so much for the defense, for the human rights of the accused, those who have committed such type of heinous crimes. I would like to give all sorts of support, but please, please, please do think about those victims. We went to Kotiwakana, 40 kilometers of the city, just on the shore of the river. There was a public gathering, like here. There was about 500 people. In front of us, 11 ladies stood up and said, by name, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so went to the Pakistani camp. They brought the Pakistanis here. In one day, 69 houses were burned. 30 ladies were, rounded up and walked 30 kilometers up north. They were kept for 120 days into the camp. And out of 30, 11 are still surviving. Now you know the Bangladeshi culture. A rape victim will never say I have been raped. But these ladies were proud enough, brave enough, because now they are 60 plus. They said, yes, we will tell the court who has done it. Who are the people who have done it. So our request is please also think about those victims who have given so much for the country. They have to be given. They have to be our obligation. Next, we talk about this.